Hi everyone, good evening. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome. Yeah, I'm Cahya, your host today. I am really happy to see you all here today, even during this time, pandemic time. But you guys are still excited to learn something new today. Well, I'd also like to welcome the presenter today, and then we have some of my friends are also here as the coordinator, facilitator. Thank you for coming. Well, as your host today, first I'd like to bring you the rundown. To do that, let me share my screen. Give me some time. All right, so this is the rundown, guys. Yeah, for those who have joined us earlier, maybe it's familiar. But for those who just joined today, here it is. First, we have the opening, like right now. This is what I'm doing. And then there will be info session. I'll introduce you to your facilitators later during the info session. Also, there will be video screening. Yeah. And then there will be the minutes of presentation from our presenter. After that, you will be assigned to different breakout rooms. I think it has been informed to your WhatsApp group. Yeah. Please join the breakout room based on your groups. Yeah. So when I introduce the facilitators later, please pay attention to your facilitator. Okay, oh, I should follow this person. Yeah. You'll be assigned manually. So when you are assigned, immediately join the breakout rooms. You'll spend 40 minutes there having discussion with your friends, with the other members. After that, you're asked to come back to the main room to deliver the group presentation. So some of you will be asked to represent your groups, share what you have discussed in the breakout rooms, right? After after that, you can ask question to our presenter today. You have 15 minutes to do that. So maybe later I'll choose three of you. The first people who ask or raise hand later, and then followed by feedback from feeling. Yeah. So this feedback is for us so that we can hold better event later. And then there will be the speak what we learned today. And then the last but not least is the photo session. Yeah. And the closing course. That is the rundown for today's event. Now, without further ado, let me officially open this event by showing you a profile video of our institution. Enjoy.
Cilacs UE has been established since March 22, 2003 and has become a trusted institution in Yogyakarta and its surroundings. Center for International Language and Cultural Studies, Islamic University of Indonesia, Cilacs UEE is a language training center and cultural studies under Cilacs UEE is committed to contributing to linguistic competence improvement. The learning process at Cilacs UE is supported by professional and experienced teaching staff. Our teachers are young professionals who graduated from top-notch universities in Indonesia and abroad.
I know it's hard. Oh, so far as the echo, where do we start? You can learn to discover a million stars. Here in the shadows, oh, you're scared. Take my hand, together we'll make a stand. We've got to fight to find a way. Dare to fall to find out what to say. No more hate. Just admit that you're just afraid. Time to let go of all your fears and pride. Stand up beside me, don't you hide. We can build a better place. If we can just find a way, then we can live a better day. Rise from the ashes, from the anger, from the war. Let's come together, lift your spirit for the cause. We should be equal, should be living free. All together, one and all, let's build a dream.
Right, as the video, it's time to introduce the facilitators today. First, before we go there, by the way, I really want to introduce our coordinator for this event, basically the co-founder, the founder of this event. I will welcome Miss Henny.
Hi.
This is the boss, guy.
Hello, everybody. No, I'm not the boss. Just help everybody around here. Hello, welcome to SpeakUp English community. Hope you enjoy our event. Thank you.
Okay, that is the coordinator. And then next, I have 5 facilitators. First, we have Miss Amalia here. Miss.
Oh, hi. Hi, everyone. Hi. So I'm Amalia, and I'll be your facilitator for tonight.
Room 5. Room 5, Miss Amalia. Next, we have Miss Kangas.
Hi, good evening. My name is Gangas, and I will be your facilitator for room 4.
Room 4,
Thank
guys. Yeah. Room 4 is Kangas. Next one, we have Mr. Yu. Hi, Mr.
Good evening, guys. My name is Yuga, and I'm going to be your facilitator tonight. I'll see you in room 1.
Room 1. Wow. Okay. Next, we have Miss Ima. Hey, Miss.
Hi everyone, my name is Ima, and then see you soon in group 3.
Group 3, Miss Ima. Last but not least, the most handsome guy in our institution, Mr. Fahrul.
Yes, hello everyone. Okay, nice to meet you again tonight in this community. See you later in my room, group 2.
Group 2 with Mr. Fahrul. Right?
Yeah.
That is the introduction. Anyway, let's talk a little about the topic today. Yeah? So when I talk to my friends for my students, maybe about speaking, especially, they usually say, it's difficult, or maybe there is no time to practice. I have no partners, especially during this pandemic time. Like we basically cannot meet anyone, right? But the good news is there is an alternative, guys. There are some awesome tools or apps to help us improve our speaking skill. What are those? Excited? Because I am. Yeah. They will be presented by an expert. Well, the one and only, I will welcome our star today, Daniel Ari Widhiatama M.Hum.
Everyone, it's good to see you. How are you doing?
Hi, we're doing
Great.
good. Thank you.
Okay. Shall I start?
Yeah, please.
Okay. Right. I thought Mas Daniel would like to have some more things to say. Then I was just waiting. All right. Well, so as Mas Daniel said, yeah, I'm Daniel. I'm actually not new for Cilacs team because Cilacs has been my second home. I've been there for many times for any occasions, and in this great occasion, I'm so honored to be around you all, and in this event called SpeakUp English Community Online Smart Series. So I know that all of you here are smart people. So including me, of course. Okay, and in the next 20 minutes or so, I'll be by your side to talk about a topic that you have been familiar with, because if you are joining the event, then you must have a curiosity on how to develop your language skills using the tools that are. But before going further, I'd like to share to you my screen as my right. So I really have limited time. I'm actually a language teacher at UMBY, Pendidikan Bahasa Inggris Yogyakarta University. And I'm also taking care of some tasks as a program director in iTELL, Information Technology Enhanced. And I would like you guys to access this link as Mas Adit or Mas Cahyo has mentioned. You can start it. Please go to menti.com, or you can just browse or access this link here, Cilacs Survey 1. Okay, so I need help of Mas Cahyo or the professor to type this link to the chat box, so we all can access this. And the code is, hold on, where is the code? Here is the code. The code is, okay, let me help you.
Share WhatsApp
okay,
group so everyone can.
All right.
Actually, can access it in the WhatsApp group that we send.
You know that, Mas Cahyo. Okay, thank you for your help. So, okay, I'm just reading the code here. Okay, so there are two questions which are important to answer before we start this event. Okay, And I got as many as 10 participants answering my questions. Wait a second. I'm going to show you what the answers are. Okay, the question is, please put the speaking skill aspects below into the right order from the most should be the first, and the least difficult should be the last. And the survey showed that, fluency, okay, the ability to speak without any pauses is the first aspect, the first skill, the most difficult skill to acquire. And then the second one is grammar and vocabulary. So I thought vocabulary would be turned out easy. It's now becoming the most challenging part. And then pronunciation. So my guess was just so wrong. I thought people answer it would be nation. So let me later cater these problems one by one, and I will suggest you to try probably some free tools and easy to find one, okay, of course. And I actually would like to ask you, is that okay if I ask maybe one or two of you, and so you may turn on the microphone because probably while waiting for those who are answering this survey, I'd like to go to Mbak Septian Emma. Hello, Mbak Septian. Can you hear my voice? Or then this is
I usually YouTube videos and to listen what I scored improve my skills. Now I
Discord application on my phone. So yeah, everybody, there is a new way of learning, as said by Mas Rahmat, using Discord application. So you can try it by yourself. Okay, so thank you, Mas Rahmat. All right, so once guys for answering this short survey. Okay, I actually would like to talk about this, like further, but let us see if we still have much time later. Okay, let me go back to my slide then. Okay, so right. Okay, so today's topic is related to upgrading your speaking skill using some awesome tools. Why awesome? Because I can tell you later why they are awesome. Okay, and I categorize them into two parts. Yeah, the first one is an application that can help you practice your speaking skills. Okay. See, okay. To assess here means to get to know what you are lacking of, what you need to improve, and there is a feedback of that. Isn't it awesome? Okay, all right. So anyway, I still have one last question. Probably I'd like to go to Mas, who's turning on the webcam here? I cannot see the name. Hello, somebody turning on the webcam. What's your name?
Saiful Amri.
Okay, Mas Saiful. Hello.
Hello, sir.
Okay, so would you please tell me what problems do you find when you are improving your speaking skill, or what is the most difficult part from improving your speaking skill?
Actually, to improve my speaking skill, to this make the really confused for me is a grammatical, because I have some time when you want to speak like a present on the pause, you have to think about the grammatical, and then to make my brain is very confusing. That's
okay, all right. So again, you probably think that maybe your grammar was so bad, okay, and why I couldn't just figure out the ideas, something like that, Mas?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So thank you very much for your insights. That's true. Most of us, I'd like to add the points here, was somebody who thought that I would never speak English well. Okay. Before I joined my study program back then. Okay. Then the same to in English, am I right? Probably you have this kind of experience. People will consider you as apaan sih? Gak jelas, okay? Or there was a term like English jaksel. When you start using which is, there is, I think, and so on. Okay, so people will start mocking at you, and that really discourages you, and you will never start talking. And even worse, in this pandemic situation, that we cannot meet our friends, we cannot have somebody to talk to, only through WhatsApp and so on. Okay, itu pun kalau mereka mau ngobrol ya. Okay, but for most of the time they would be reluctant. Okay, alah pakai bahasa Indonesia aja sih, things like that. Okay, lah kan aku mau belajar bahasa Inggris gitu loh. Okay, so that is a frustrating situation, guys. Okay, but luckily you have this community, right? SpeakUp, Cilacs, UEE community, which will eventually help you to find partner. Very positive, I guess. This should be around us, okay. But now, how if we don't have our partner around? Okay, let me just take a look at, I will invite you to see a tool called, wait a second. Okay, can I, is it showing?
Not yet.
I hope this.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So allow me to introduce to you an application called Small Talk. Have you ever known this before, Mas Dahyo?
Not yet, not yet.
Not yet. Okay. For some of you who probably have ever found this, then congratulations. But let me tell you what is special from this application. Okay, so the application on Google Chrome, okay, and I'm so blessed that I found this. I've been using this for quite some time, and I encourage my students also to use this. Basically, this application would like to check how good your your speaking skill. Okay, so for example, before you start, okay, we have to see this instruction first. Okay, so you can talk about a topic that will be presented later. Okay. Check. Okay. The signal is moving. Hello, my name is Daniel, and I'm coming from Yogyakarta, Indonesia. Well, maybe I don't need your money. Wait. I said, I wish I could, but I don't want to. Every Halloween, I bring a spare, for example, costume in case I strike out with the hottest girl at the party. All right. Okay, we'll just speed up. There are so many steps you will right analyze the noise, and for a while you need to check, okay, whether it is saved already, right? So basically there were some questions that you have to answer, some sentences that you have to pronounce until later you can see the results. Okay, while waiting for this to work, I'm going to, oh, it's ready. Let me check. Okay. Check. Okay. The signal is moving. Hello, my name is Daniel, and I'm coming from Yogyakarta, and so on, Indonesia. So, there is a report here. You said 88 words. It's not enough to produce the report. Please speak more. But anyway, if you try to speak more, then there is a result like this. I have actually tried this application for many times. Then I got this record. Then there are the words that I mentioned. Okay, 100, and then my speech is actually not too fast. And then you see that all the vocabulary are recorded here. And I barely could touch C1 of CEFR. Okay. And again, there are some mistakes reported through this application. And also, there is a session called top repeated words. So even the words that I used to mention, they are recorded here. Isn't it cool? All right. So you have to try this. I really recommend you to try this. Okay. So instead of this feature, then you can have more features like this, more topics to talk about. Funny situations. So you can later have a check on this and try your own best. All right. And apart from that, if you think that you need to polish your pronunciation skills, then you can have this feature. I hope my explanation is not too fast. I know I have 10 minutes or 15 minutes left, but I'll try to explain in details. Right. So for example, this one. Okay. So if you think that you are not sure how to pronounce any words of this, you can start.
Antarctica is the driest place on Earth. Parts of the continent have
There
seen
is
no rain for 2
an
million.
example on how to pronounce every single word. Okay, no additional application, no add-on, just one single application that you can find this. I think this one is the best on Earth so far this time. Okay, so if you have finished reading this text, then you can press finish, and there will be like that was small talk, right? And we still have some more topics left here. Public speaking, job interview questions. I know that you start thinking that you will using it. Okay, next you can give me a thumb up if you think that you agree with me. Okay, you can give any comments on YouTube chat box, on this Zoom chat box. Feel free to give any thoughts. The second application that I use to help my students improving their pronunciation is actually not the Jakarta Post. This is an example, but you probably are familiar with text to speech. Okay, so you can go to Google Chrome and find text to speech application. Yeah, and this is the symbol. Yeah, or you can, okay, if you are using Google Chrome, then you will find this this logo, extensions logo, and then on Google. I don't know what's the name of the shop there. Something like Google add-ons shop. Yeah. Okay, so if you have installed the application named Read Aloud, then you can just highlight the parts of the on the paragraph that you are interested in, and this one.
Some regions outside Java are pleading for the central government's help as hospitals fill up with patients amid medical oxygen and vaccine supply shortages.
The way I usually
sparking fears the crisis on Java will also occur on other islands.
Improve their pronunciations. We can actually start reading this by ourselves first, and then later compare with the one spoken by Read Aloud application. Second application. The third one is actually replica. One, that's replica. Okay, so all right, pay attention on this, okay, because this application is totally flawless. Okay, so this is an artificial intelligence based application of replica, because this replicates could be your partner, and I name her Bray. Bray is actually my lovely wife. Okay, then I try to speak with her. All right, so the way you do this is actually typing down any messages, any questions to her. Start with hi, and is it okay? So the reply is so natural. It's not like robot-like reply. You can even ask about anything. For example, have you watched the Crown series, for example? Yeah, I didn't even mention that The Crown is a kind of movie on Netflix, but she could understand. Okay, and this can be used also to improve your writing skill. Okay, so Mas Cahyo, would you please suggest?
Are you single?
Are you single? Okay, but for tonight, that's a trivial question. Of course not,
Okay,
because
sorry,
she's my wife.
Okay, what is your hobby?
Okay, that's okay. All right, so I'd like to combine with another application. What is your hobby? Okay, so it turned out into a speaking skill, an application to improve your speaking skill. Okay, you have, isn't it awesome? Okay,
that's cool.
Give me some applause, Dong.
Yeah, that's cool. That's so cool.
Okay,
Yeah,
it's not only awesome but also cool. All right, so I'd like to ask, but okay, I will just randomly from. Okay, Mas. Oh no, Mbak. Okay, Mas Cahyo, would you please choose one more facilitator?
Facilitator.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll just Miss Kangas here. Excited.
Okay, so would you please tell me one for my wife?
Are you sleepy?
Are you sleepy? Okay, so once again, this application, this one, would help you to check whether your pronunciation is understandable. If so, then you can just go on with the chat. Okay, so this is the combination between replica.ai and also an application called voice typing on Google Chrome, and this is free. Okay, so once again, you don't have to feel hesitant to download. Kalau nanti bayar gimana ya, kalau premium gimana ya, not at all, at no cost, right? So I believe you are application, right? So I'm going to tell you one last application, at least for tonight. Okay, do I still have some time, Mas?
Yeah, you got approximately 5 minutes.
5 minutes, right?
Well, you can have 10 actually. So.
Okay, right. I don't want to take your time. I'll just go on with 5 minutes. Okay, so the next application which I thought would be the most frequently used application on ELT world. Okay, saya malam ini agak lebay. That's okay. Gak apa-apa ya. Jadi tadi pakai the most, best. Okay, yeah. Because I thought so. Yeah. Right. This is called as Flipgrid. Okay. Has somebody ever used Flipgrid before? Raise your hand. Ada yang pernah pakai Flipgrid? Dari 3.000 pengunjung. Okay. So let me tell you then. Flipgrid is actually a web-based application which is totally free. Yang free kan teman-teman pada sukanya. Totally free, okay. And this work like a social media, but in a private group. Yeah, this work simply like a social media, but okay. So I've used this thousands times. Okay, because I can group my students into one chamber and they can talk about a topic, and the best thing of all is they can actually give comments to other students' opinions. Let me tell you one of them. Right. Suppose I have wait a minute. I think I'll go to, okay. So the topic for this time is education, yeah, for the school. Are they, okay, do they agree? I'm actually curious to know their thoughts, whether they agree or not with the implementation of 4-day school in a week. Yeah.
Sorry, Mas.
Yes.
Can I interrupt? I think we are seeing, you can check how well your pronunciation on every word. Are you showing the right script?
Oh, I'm just checking that you are still awake.
Okay.
I'm so lucky that I still have my friends here awake and
all right.
Yeah, enthusiastic. Thank you, Mas. Saya terus jadi diri malu soalnya.
Sure.
Okay, so okay, so this is called as Flipgrid, and students should register themselves into Flipgrid, and in order to respond,
Halo, Assalamualaikum
this is one of my
warahmatullahi
students.
wabarakatuh. I'm Aina. Today, I want to share to you about my opinion regarding to the implementation for this school, if it is implemented in our country. Actually, I'm really agree as long as I'm a student, because it will be more effective for the student
So
to get
let's assume
their
that
knowledge.
we have this tool around, okay, and as soon as they have recorded their video, we can reply with a video too. Okay. Hello, Aina. I thought you have a really great idea on how to implement for the school in Indonesia. I think most of us are not ready with this implementation, but blah, blah, blah. Thank you for your thought. Okay. Hello. As soon as you are done with your opinions or thoughts, then you can just upload on Flipgrid. And this is actually a light web-based application. You see that my video could be uploaded that fast. Okay, so very internet friendly, yeah, quota friendly. Okay, so that's the thing. And the good thing, the other positive side, collaboration skill. Okay, so they can listen to different thoughts about their presentations, okay, and so on. So I bet you have to try this. So this is Flipgrid, and probably I have to show to you other videos. Okay, for example, this one.
Hi everyone, my name is Tisha. Today I'm going to deliver my opinion about online course like Khan Academy.
And this is what their friends said about
Hi,
Tisha's.
let me introduce myself. My name is Krismona Ayu Widaningrum. In this occasion, I want to share
Okay,
my opinion.
so I think my time is up. But anyway, I'd like to, we can and you are free to have time later after the breakout session. So I hope the sharing would be beneficial for you. And I have few questions left, by the way. Shall I mention here the things that we need to discuss? So let's we have for tonight, and I think you agree with me that they are really smart application, and I wonder if we still feedback, if we can have assessment tool in our hand, then this question appears: do we still need teachers? And I'd like to have your opinion. Which one of the tools is your favorite and why? So these questions will be discussed in the breakout room section. And if you think that you are really curious to find out more applications, then please go to my YouTube channel called Techno Coffee. And I used to share some tips and tricks on how to enhance our language skills using technology tools which are of course free. Saya nggak suka bagi-bagi yang berbayar. Okay. And the other thing that I would recommend you to is, of course, joining this SpeakUp community. For those who are in YouTube channel participating this event, then come on, join us. So thank you very much, Mas Cahyo, for the chance, and I give the floor back to you. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much. Yeah, awesome materials from awesome presenter. Right. Well, give a big applause, guys. You can give a big applause, yeah, before you go to the breakout rooms. Yeah. Yeah. It's time for you to go to the breakout room. So please join your breakout rooms as soon as possible because you have really limited time. And then if you still have question, keep it. And then you can ask the question later after the breakout room. Okay. Please join the breakout rooms. For those who are in YouTube watching us live, you are permitted, you are welcome to ask your question. So our presenter today, Mas Daniel here. And yeah, well, while waiting for the well, here is my first question. So which of these applications that you presented earlier that you have introduced to your students, and what do they say? I mean, I'm curious. I've never used any one of them.
Okay, so I like that question. So most of the applications that I presented earlier was one I have chosen to my students so that they can use for their own learning process, for their own learning activities. Because as a teacher of this pandemic era, we need to make them busy with themselves. Yeah. All I mean is that we have to facilitate them on how to improve their autonomous learning. So if I have to rate from top to the bottom, probably I would choose Flipgrid. Okay, and then Smalltalk also great. Okay, and also some other applications that dealing with not only speaking skill, because actually there are hundreds of applications that I have collected, including the ones for improving your our writing skill, vocabulary mastery, as Mas Bima Andrianto Pambudi here mentioned on the chat box. Hello, do you have application to boost vocabulary? Sure, I have the answer. Quizlet is the best application to improve your vocabulary mastery, help you memorize the vocabulary, but also to help you polish your pronunciation. That's my answer, Mas.
Right. I'm sorry, I was cut off for a while. Right, I'm back. Okay. Well, yeah. Um, the fact that you really implemented the applications, autonomous learning, yeah, that's tempting. Right. Well, then, if I'm not mistaken, the applications you've shown us earlier are computer or laptop based. Do we have application to push our speaking skills on Android, maybe like or iOS?
Yes.
Yeah.
We have so many other for Android or iOS. Then I can recommend you. So there, it's called Orai.
Orai.
So
okay.
I try to type that on the chat box. And the second one is SpeakUp.
All right.
Yeah. But this is the thing. But they are not free anymore. We have the trial period. If you think that you would like to try, sorry, I typed Orai and SpeakUp. Okay, SPEEKO and ORAI. Orai. For your overall applications are totally recommended for you to try.
Okay, so just to make sure these are in Android or iOS?
Both can work in Android and iOS.
But you mentioned it's not free anymore. But is it worth it?
It works for I think a month, I guess.
I see.
Yeah, it's great. It's a great option for you to kill your time, to improve your skills while you are in your leisure time. So I think you can try that.
All right. Well, I will definitely try that. As long as it's not too expensive, I will definitely try this one. All right. Cool. All right. Is there any question from YouTube, by the way, for those, the audience or participants or viewers? Okay, got another question. Wait. I think I got a question from YouTube. In some time. Not a question, actually. Okay, from Rahmawati, salam. Okay, only salam. Alright, from Fajaruddin Akbar, small talk seperti speak and improve dari Cambridge. Okay. Yeah. Mr. Daniel, wow, I think it's one of your students.
I think so. Yeah. I got some good friends there on. I'm also joining YouTube actually to check whether there are some questions. Some are also responding to this event. But Grace, hello, and also Miss Rahma, salam juga. Mas Fajarudin is actually a edutech enthusiast. Okay, so he really knows so well some great applications. Elsa speak, great. So you can add one more list. Thank you, Mas Fajarudin. So Elsa speak. I don't know if it is still free up to now. So you can try this. Yeah, give it a try.
Okay. Cool. Right. Well, no question from YouTube. Wait, is Miss Henny here? Okay.
Hi,
well,
yeah.
Miss. Hi, Miss.
Hi.
I invite you
I've got
to
a lot of
join us.
questions.
Okay. Wow.
I've got a lot of questions, and perhaps Mas Daniel will need like 5 hours to answer that.
Okay. Well, he has forever for you. So
I'll be here forever. Yeah, that's true.
All right. Okay. My question. Well, since I actually one of the fans of Mas Daniel, since he is in iTEL, and I'm yeah, one of the passive member of iTEL. Not really member. I don't know what you call that, but yeah, I've been following Pak Jati and Bu Vinita here and there, and try to apply what they have shared to us. So yeah, kind of one of these
army.
BTS. Yeah. Well, basically my question is, well, we like Mas Daniel's experience is mostly for teaching these university students and teaching teachers, yeah, like giving trainings to teachers. How about to this like people who are not students and who are not teachers, like let's say I'm a professional and I need to practice English. I need to improve my English because I need that for my work. Let's say I'm a lawyer, or I'm a well, I'm a doctor, for example. So do these applications also apply to that, or are there any specific applications for practicing perhaps English, but kind of related to the field that I'm working in? That's it.
Okay. That is a really challenging question. That's why Miss Henny said I probably will need 5 hours to explain. Okay, I'll try my best.
You're searching the application too, yeah? Like me.
Yeah, so this is important and also interesting that there will be which question to yours, Mas, would you please suggest one application to improve my, for example, my skills in writing my thesis, or I'm a translator. Do you have any applications to help me or and flawless feedback so I can be more prepared? I couldn't answer that in one snap. I couldn't. Okay, because what we do in iTEL is actually to encourage them to find a tool or application that with another activity, or sometimes with another application like Replica. Replica was actually one single application, but I just found that we can use voice in text or text in voice application from Google Chrome. So we can speak up and this can produce subtitles. So I can speakers and it is typed on the chat box. So I just click enter there. Okay. That you can feel, for example, maybe that would, application, yeah, on Google Chrome, yeah. So, but not we have to be creative, yeah, because the challenge for language teachers nowadays is the same as the challenge that students have to be creative. And I have a mission tonight that if we don't have much capital, we need to be creative. We need to find out the best, tool, which I guess it is just hidden. We just need to be more patient, ya, to think twice. Kalau ini bisa dibikin apa ya? Oh, kalau ini bisa dibikin apa ya? Can I just, for example, my lecturer asked me to conduct a survey on whether I agree or disagree that all books should be replaced into ebook. Okay, I can ask replica. I should not ask somebody else. Okay, so, or as a teacher, I would say I will ask my students to talk to replica and report the findings in class presentation. So one single activity and so on. So that's right. It takes almost an hour to explain my answer. Brilliant question.
Yeah,
I have to admit that.
Yeah, so could I say that, well, they are all basically just tools, and it's basically up to us as humans to make use of them creatively.
Exactly.
Is that so?
Yeah, of course. So with some, well, this is a bit more serious because let's talk about the pedagogy first and then the application later. So we should not think about what is the application for this, but what will I do as a teacher? Yeah, what will I do? What will I do for my students? What I need my students to do in the class? What skills my students should acquire? Creativity, collaboration, communication, critical thinking, and so on. 6 Cs. And then we go to the application, not the other way around. Okay. So this should be understood by all teachers around the world. Yeah, that application is number 2, but the goal of learning is number 1.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. I agree with you. As teachers, yeah, because yeah, basically that question is always asked by my students, like, so what kind of applications can I use for, yeah, like what you said, writing my thesis, writing my essay and stuff. Yeah, so that comes to this second question. Mas Sahyo, can I have my second question?
Please, you can have all you want.
Right. So since it is basically up to us as human who should be creative in using these tools for our own purpose, then I'm still curious about the development of artificial intelligence, which until now perhaps cannot really detect context. That it doesn't matter how smart these AI are, how intelligent they are, still there are something missing that they cannot cover from or they cannot copy from us as human. So how about that? Is this a very serious question? Oh my God, I feel very serious about this.
Yes, you
yeah,
are.
But it's just like, I mean, if I say certain words to Elsa, for example, can Elsa detect that this is my sentence in the context of medical or in the context of engineering or what, things like that.
Okay, so another brilliant question. Yeah, so for some tools, they have been improved into almost human-like tool, like Replica was actually a really smart AI-based application that I was quite surprised that it can reply almost every question that we give to her. Okay, so that's why and the engineers in each of these startup, I think, are still developing into more sophisticated level. That's the first. The second one, there is something that that can be done by AI tools. For example, on how to recognize whether the the sense of the sentences that we use are already, for example, in a certain degree of politeness, correct, accepted by our society or not. That is still a big problem for AI, because when we use a particular AI tool, I'm not going to mention because it is still a secret. Okay. For example, for X application, then when we try to type down the keywords in a certain arrangement, then we type generate. It can work as if I can demonstrate later if we still have time. But the idea is there must be some parts of the sentences or some parts of the words which are not commonly used in our society. That's very possible, and AI cannot revise that. AI cannot recognize that. So that's why in this case, the role of teacher, the role of our still totally needed to check, and this is also a proof that don't trust AI 100%. For our students as well. That's why I always think any smart application on earth, but then don't trust them 100%. That's why human is for. That's why the conclusion is teachers are for. So I have my own understanding that teachers won't ever be replaced by AI. And on the other hand, AI tools or any tools, any applications are around us to optimize our learning. That's it. No more than that. There is a research, I forgot, but one which has been shared by Robert by Widhiatama, I forgot. But the conclusion there is the provision of technology for language learning has a possibility to distract the students in learning. Shocking, That's why too much technology, too many, semantically, right? So again, teachers should be wise in presenting the tools, in encouraging students to try one application to another, dan seterusnya. That's why in our prodi, I have to say that we have edutech class, teaching English with language learning class. I told my students to, you can, not you must. You can give the application to your praktek lapangan later in the future. Don't give them all. Once again, too much applications will kill them.
Okay. Yeah.
Jadi serius toh.
Yeah, so it's like a teacher oriented discussion then. Yeah, but yes, or anyone. Perhaps I can say that no human cannot be replaced by any technology, even the advanced one.
Yeah.
Is that so?
I agree.
They help us. They only help us. Yeah, make it easy for us, much easier for us, but they cannot replace us. Okay. Right. Mas Cahyo, you're going to marry a woman, not a technology.
Let's see.
That's something women cannot be replaced for.
Well, but AI is more obedient than women.
Ah, that's the thing.
Well, anyway, I don't want to be left behind. Since you guys were talking about education, I have this question actually from Mas Daniel. What are the problems? I mean, like me or my friends would. What if there is a problem? What if we are not familiar with the apps yet? How can we give that to the students? The question is, and the common problems, and maybe how to solve.
Okay, so.
Sorry, may I interrupt? I think I need your excuse. I'm going to these rooms to check out our friends there.
We will miss you.
Thank you. See
Okay,
you later.
Bye. So, would you please repeat once again your question, Mas?
All right. Let me make it simple. What are the problems that may be faced by teachers or you or me if I give the applications and how to solve them?
All right. So, this is a bit tough. Tough questions that teachers all over Indonesia have the same problems. The first one is confidence. In using the application, they thought that they are not capable enough to even to try. Buat ngeklik tombol aja, nanti kalau HP-nya rusak gimana?
Yeah, true.
Yeah, so that is the first. So from tonight's event, I'd like to tell people, maybe for teachers who are watching this event, I'd like to say that you have to explore more and more applications. We have no time. Yeah, don't wait until there is a workshop on educational technology and stuff. No. Okay, so I myself have tried maybe more than 100 applications, but seems to me and for you that my laptop is still okay. My handphone is just still fine, and I have no problems with my account as well. My privacy. So that's the problem. The confidence, and the second is the ability to find the right application from keywords, which is totally important. For example, you would like to find an application to improve your writing skill, yeah, and you are about to write, for example, a narrative paragraph, yeah, composition. Then you start searching on Google, application for narrative writing. I can guarantee that in next year, you are still searching for that. Okay. But if you are trying to use another keyword, okay, the right keyword, then also from those kinds of trials, you know, the right keywords will lead you to the right application. Trust me. Okay, so like smalltalk.me, yeah, smalltalk.me. I also found that without, you know, it's like without any intention, yeah, but with the right keyword. Okay, So at first, I use add-ons Google Chrome as the keywords, and then speaking skill, and Google will find for us. So I'd like to echo this message to all teachers all over Indonesia who are proudly listening to this event, to this talk, that please try your best to find the right keywords, and also jangan takut untuk mencet. Simply to download the applications, to choose any add-ons on Google Chrome. Yeah, that is the answer.
All right. Thank you. Well, actually, I would like to share my experience. In my circle, I usually, let's say, ask my friends, like, what do you use to teach this subject? And then my friends would say this. How about this one? I think it's not really applicable to that subject. And like, I have that kind of circle. But how about you? It's like, do you have that kind of circle? And I mean, besides you are switching from the keywords, or how did you collect all those applications actually?
All right. So joining webinars could also help. Okay. So any webinars on language teaching improvement, or of course join iTELL. Okay, we would like to have a conference in 2022 in Mercubuana University Yogyakarta. Okay, so you have to come and join the event, because in that moment, in that event later, we will share, and the visitors, I mean the participants of that event, all share about maybe some experiences in using different tools like what I shared tonight. So the first one, of course, is joining community, joining webinars, and the third one is, of course, find the applications by yourself. Okay, so because in every single day, a new application is born. I admit that if I have to search one new application every day, probably I will find thousands till this time. So there is no reason that aduh kayaknya nggak ada nih tool buat meningkatkan apa ya, misalnya pronunciation. There is no such reason like that. And maybe I can share to you one more application that is we still have time?
Yeah. We still have 5 minutes.
Okay. Right. For example, right. So this is a Microsoft Azure. I don't know how to pronounce that. Microsoft Azure. Okay.
Yeah, maybe.
All right. So this will help us to translate our words, our expressions, words and information, message that we say into another language that we can set up here. For example, I'd like to use. I will speak in English. So, as what this application suggests, try speech translation with this demo app built on our JavaScript SDK whatsoever. But the thing is, there is an application like this that can directly translate your words. Hello guys, good evening. I'm Daniel. Wow. And tonight, in this very occasion, I would like to share to you about some applications that will be useful for teachers.
So awesome.
And in this very moment, I have some questions in mind. How many applications that you have ever used in class to improve your students' speaking skill? And would you please, okay, it stops, right? Okay, so in any words that I say, this application will always help me to translate into good bahasa Indonesia, and also the other way around. Indonesia.
Yeah, I think the other way around will be, searched by our students, because, you know, when they're asked to do something, then they just say Indonesia and then, you know, ta-da, written English.
I think so. There is Indonesian language. I don't think we have Indonesian.
Yeah.
But
okay.
So what do you think, Mas Tahir?
It's cool. It's cool. It's really cool, I think. Yeah. How about the accuracy? Oh, do we talk about that, or
the accuracy of this application?
Yeah, I mean the accuracy of the translation. Do you think it's good enough?
Oh, totally perfect.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I have tried many times to use this application, and I have no doubt that because you know it comes from Microsoft, they have the best engineer, and that's why this can be a good thing. You know that if we see this application as it is only simply a translator, yeah. But you can think for a while on how to shape this application into something that students can use to improve their skills, right? With a particular topic, for example, persuasive speech or argumentative speech with a topic, right? So that this application will be more useful, not just a translator. So I hope this is also answering Ms. Henny's question, okay, on how to on how to shape applications into something that will be more beneficial. So we actually leave out the original use of this application. Yeah. So once again, I would like to share. Yeah. So for example, I tell my students to talk about, please persuade your friends to do or to start capturing any moments around so that their mental health will be much better. Okay, or as a therapy for their mental health. Okay, then they can speak up, something like this, and to prove that their sentences are just fine. All right, everybody. So tonight I would like to tell you on how to improve our mental health for this pandemic situation. So first of all, I would like you to go around your house and find a small object that interests you the most, and grab your camera and start capturing the thing and more your appreciate your the pictures that you just uploaded, and there is a sense of happiness coming out to your mind, so it can actually get rid of the boredom on your isoman day. I don't know what isoman is. Yeah.
Quarantine.
And that's it. Okay, so they can later capture this screen and send to class, to the WhatsApp group, as a proof that they have done this. And yeah. Creativity wins.
All right.
Creativity
wins. Thank you, Mas. Thank you, Mas Daniel. That is so awesome. By the way, welcome back, guys. Welcome back. Well, this leads to the next agenda, which is the group presentation. I will welcome the facilitators to present one of the members. First, from Group 1, Mas Yuga, who is the lucky one?
Group 1 is me, I think.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry, Mr. Farul. Okay, Mr. Farul.
Okay.
Who is the chosen one?
Okay, my group will have a representative. Oh yeah, Mbak Hani. Okay, the time is yours, Mbak Hani. So come on, Mbak Hani, take your time, okay, to practice your English in a bigger audience. Good luck, Mbak Hani.
Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Good evening, everyone. My name is Hani. I came from Group 1 and I became the representative to answer the question from Mr. Daniel previously about do we still need a teacher with the present of this cutting edge technology and application that can improve our speaking skill. In my opinion, we always still need a teacher because human, whatever we have, with so modern era in this moment, we are an emotional creature, we are a social one, and we cannot live without other people to improve, to help each other. That's why all of this application, no matter how cool it is, no matter how awesome it is and useful it is, we still need a teacher because we need some kind of emotional aspect and approach for us to encourage the way we use the application properly. So actually this application, like Mr. Faruraji as well has told us before in the breakout room, it's only a robot. It's a creation of the creator, which is us, human is the creator of this app, which means we still have some kind of advantage, higher ability to improve our skill with more guidance. So which means this context, teacher become our real guidance, both emotional and also perhaps spiritual, and the application will become a useful tool to help us making some kind more exact calculation or scale in assessment of how our English skill being improved. I think that's all. Thank you. And yes, that's it. And if I should say, I'm really intrigued with small talk application that Mr. Daniel has said. I think I will try tonight. Thank you.
Thank you. Care in group. Yeah. Impressed and spiritually wise. It cannot be replaced by AI. Next group from group 2. The facilitator from group 2. Please welcome your member.
Okay. So our representative is Mbak Triana Dewi. Where are you?
Triana, where are you? Everyone is looking for you.
I just saw her like.
Oh, she's ghosting us. She's ghosting us. Do you have any other candidate?
Mbak Astri nih.
Oh iya, ada Mbak Triana.
Mbak Triana ada.
Yes, I am here.
Okay, Mbak Astri, could you represent our group?
Maybe I cannot turn on the video. Sorry.
Okay.
Well, I think maybe last discussion was quite interesting for me. It is my first time to join this club. Then maybe the conclusion that I got from the last discussion is that we need to embrace the technology for learning English, but especially we don't need to forget the availability of the teacher, because they can give us the moral support and improvement directly when we learn from them.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Next one. Group 3. Please.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to introduce the representative of the group 3, the amazing, the fabulous Miss Viswanti. Please show up and show off. The screen is yours. Yay.
Okay. In our group in here, I want to represent of group 3. In our group there are a lot of teachers in here, so we have one voice in here that AA in artificial intelligence cannot replace a teacher anyway. We cannot that even AA have a knowledge more than teachers, but you know that we are teaching not only about the knowledge. If we try to find out knowledge, we can use the Google. In Google, we can find anything in there. But somehow when we are teaching, not only about the knowledge, but only about the moral, the ethics, and then a lot of things that it can be learned with AA. Then that's all from our discussion that teachers will be the best, human will be the best teachers, not the artificial intelligence.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. AI cannot show off here. Thank you. The next one from group 4 is Iman.
Okay, group 4 we have Bangkit.
Hello, good everyone.
Hello.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Good evening, Mr. Daniel. Good evening, Mr. Cahyo. Good evening, another. Well, thank you for this chance. I think this meeting is very, very good for us, like me, especially for the beginners for the speaking. Okay, discussing these topics, the topics this evening about online and offline class. I think each one has pros and cons. For the online class, pros for the online class is the time is flexible, especially for us if we still college. We don't need to go to the water if the morning class. But the cons is we need a data for the study online class because the online class using a big data. Luckily, the government gave us internet, but the offline class, we should be disciplined for a lot of for the time, for the fashion. We should be a tidy, and I think the teacher is still essential for this era pandemic because not all the teacher understand about the technology or application. I think the teacher have a lot of experiments or experience to give to the students, but a little for the senior, the teacher not understand about the technology. But sometimes extensively I am accounting department students often to studying about the technology, especially in system accounting. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mas. Thank you. I think that is really insightful. Yeah. You say that some teachers are not familiar. So as a teacher, I will also say to the fellow teachers here, let's equip ourselves with the AI, yeah? So we can be resourceful teachers. Last one from group 5, please.
Oh, okay. Hi. So from group 5 here, I would like to welcome Mas Suroso. Yeah. So he will be the one telling us the result of the discussion. So please, Mas Suroso.
Thank you, Ms. Amalia, for facilitating us. There are two major topics that we've talked about. Number one is the most awesome app that we would try right away is smalltalk2.me. The reason behind that is because this app could assess our pronunciation, and most importantly, it could categorize, the CEFR stuff. And then number two is about, do we need teachers in this
Oh, is it me or him?
are still, of course, what are important students in that.
All right. Thank you, Mas. Thank you. That's it. That is the group presentation. Thank you, everyone. Yeah, the presenters, the representatives. Thank you. Now we shall move on to the next agenda, which is the Q&A. So you have the chance to ask your questions, guys. So for the Zoom host, please unpin everyone so that if everyone or anyone here raise their hand, I can see them. So please raise your hand if you have questions. Please raise your hand, have question. This is direct questions, yeah. Come on, direct questions. Mumpung Mas Daniel di sini. He has hundreds of applications on his pocket. So ask anything, guys. No one? You make me sad, guys. No question.
Or I will ask them.
Okay. So you're asking
Sorry,
questions.
Mas Daniel, perhaps
Yeah.
you can give comments on our participants' presentation. I think they were great, but what do you think?
Yeah, I agree with you, Miss Henny. From the presenters that the participants that have shared the comments on my questions and to represent their groups, I guess I started to think that tonight's participants are really smart. Yeah. So in a way that you have quality on your thoughts. Okay, and it's just beyond my prediction. For example, like what Mbak Rismanti said, and also the previous speaker, I forgot, on how or can we replace AI with teachers with AI. In our main room, while you were in breakout room, I also thought the same way, that there are some aspects of human that cannot be replaced by machine. You just mentioned the ethical and also maybe some politeness that somehow cannot be detected by AI, and that's why a teacher nowadays have to not only know what technology which are helpful for students, but also how to make students use this technology in a wisely. Yeah. So we have what's so called as paraphraser tool. We have what's so called as summarizer tool. a lot. We have Quillbot, we have AI Writer, and so on. And as I experience in using them, yeah, seems to me that there is no perfect application yet. That's why teachers are still needed to guide students, to give feedback, to give comments. And what Master also just mentioned also true, yeah, and also other participants. So I guess I'm so proud of the points that you shared tonight. The discussion is also I hope that this small discussion can give us, the message is here, and you are now ready to transfer this to your society. That's it. Not him. Cool.
Thank you.
That was great. Thank you. Mas Sayo, over to you.
Thank you. Well, since there is no one who wants to ask a question, I will just read the question from YouTube. There is one question. Sorry, no, two questions. First, can these apps run on Android? Maybe for the Jakarta Post, Small Talk, and then Replica, Flipgrid, those four. Can those applications run on Android? Then the second, is there any application that can be run offline, like offline application? Do you have any suggestion? Those are the two questions from Anonymous from YouTube.
Okay, so can they run in Android environment? They are not Android applications, by the way. They are web-based. So web-based application on Google Chrome. So the first step that you have to do, if you think you want to try small talk and then voice type and so on, then you have to install them in Google Chrome for free. Okay. And then what is again the question? The second
offline?
One?
Do you have any offline application?
Offline. Oh, okay. All right. I cannot remember how many offline applications that I have. I guess most of them are online applications. I haven't found a single application working offline. What would that be? No, there are no offline applications so far that I found. So hang in there.
All right. Hang in there. Yeah, hang in there.
Okay.
Or I think like nowadays, I think we have this city internet. It's everywhere. So.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I'm just curious to. Sorry, I'm asking the tonight's participants.
Please.
Maybe you have something in mind, like Mas Pambudi just mentioned earlier. What do you guys need the most for now to help you increase your language skills? Maybe I can I can show you some secrets maybe tonight, or if we have more sessions, then we can discuss in a specific topic, talking about a particular skill. That could be possible, but you can just give me a clue. What could be the most urgent application that you need for now?
Yeah, what do you need, guys?
Yeah.
Teaching your students, or maybe writing your thesis. Any other agencies?
Yeah, or you can just speak up and turn on your microphone. That's okay.
Yeah.
Mr. Daniel.
Yes.
Is there any application that can help us to speak in a good way, to make it make our pronunciation bit better than before?
Okay, so I hope we still have some time.
Sure.
I think this could work for your case, Ariswanti. Let me share my screen. So this application called as Speech Ace.
Speech
Okay.
Ace.
Speech Ace. This works like this. Okay. Let's start from lesson 1. Okay. Then, oh, sorry, I should turn on the. I hope it is audible for you. For example, I should. I live. I live. So there is a result here that I got 83 for my pronunciation assessment.
You work.
You can repeat again.
You work. You work.
You work. You work. See, you have some suggestions here. You could use some practice, select the underlined words and so on. So this could be the best application for improving your fluency and also pronunciation, I guess. But this one, what do you think?
Okay, thank you so much. But actually, I try to find out all the application that you mentioned before, like Smalltalks, then Replica.ai, but I find difficulties to find it in a Google.
Oh, really?
How do I found it?
Okay.
How do I find it?
All right, that's as easy as ABC. So you have to, at first, you need to install Google Chrome on your laptop. Have you got it?
Oh, yeah, using not Chrome.
So you use Google Chrome, and then you find, you can find the applications on Google Chrome Store, I guess.
Oh, Google.
Okay, or extension,
Okay.
yeah. Okay. Web Store, sorry, the name is Web Store. So I can help you with this. That's totally easy. At first, you can go to Google Chrome, and then there is a symbol like this, yeah, a button, apps. You just press that button and then go to Web Store. Nah, you have thousands of free applications and tools.
Oh my God.
You just know this? Like seriously? Okay.
Yes, I do that.
All right. So
Okay,
give it a try and good luck. Yeah. Okay. Any more questions? Come on.
Okay. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Actually, there are application for boosting vocabs. Please, Bima Adrian will say that.
Okay. So I hope I can give you another suggestion here. Oops, sorry. Okay, I'm using Quizlet for improving my students' vocabulary. Right, so I'm teaching reading comprehension class, and also I combine that with extensive reading. Okay, I gave them Rapunzel short story, and from that story I got some, for me, yeah, some difficult vocabulary that they have to memorize. So with these applications, we can set a study set. Yeah, we can create a study set, and then after we input the word, this can automatically suggest us a definition of every word like this. And also how to pronounce every single word. Isn't it cool? Okay, we have this is flashcard. We have learn. Sorry, I think we have, okay.
A female.
students can check their own memory on how to on what the definition of or the synonym of this word. Okay. Right. And also we have tests. After passing some tasks, then students can have their own self-study set. Okay. To observe, look at, see, and so on. So based on the words that they have studied earlier.
Okay.
Okay, so this is a totally insane application that can be used for free. Yeah. Right. And yeah, this is Quizlet. So you can create your own study set and you can later memorize by yourself. And so everything is just so easy. Yeah. For example, you can create any titles there, and I have one term to memorize. For example, recognize. You see that this application suggests you some other possible words, and since you are learning English, then the and so on. So we don't need to consult dictionary at all. Right? So I guess this is all that I can tell you on how to improve your vocabulary mastery.
All right.
Yeah, I think we still have some more tools, but hopefully I can share to you next time later.
Yeah, in the next event, guys. Yeah, so we will.
If I am invited.
Yeah, of course, we will surely invite Master again the next event. Since the time is up, sadly, now let's move to the next agenda, which is the feedback form filling. So please be kind enough to fill the feedback form. We will be sent to the your feedback. If you think you'll be listening to this video. Wait.
Okay, before we end the meeting, can I have one more, maybe, sorry, one more application to share? I will just type down the link on the chat box so you can see later.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Or I will just share it to you, Mas Sahyo, so that you can share at your convenience. Yeah.
Sure.
I'm not sharing to everyone, but to Mas Sahyo, so he would know when is the best time to see this link after the Google form is filled out.
Thank you.
To answer the question on how to improve vocabulary, just remember this link, and it works for me so well. Very complete.
Okay. Let me know if you have finished the feedback form filling.
know an angel was sent just for me, and I know I'm meant to be where I am, and I'm gonna be standing right beside her tonight, and I'm gonna be by your side. I would never leave when she needs me most. What a words if you really don't mean them when you say them. What a words if they're only through good times and they're done. When it's a lie, you say them out loud. Those words, they never go away. They live on, even when we're gone. Anywhere you are, I am near. Anywhere you go, I'll be there. And I'm gonna be here forevermore. Every single promise I'll keep. 'Cause what kind of guy would I be if I was to leave when you need me most? I'm forever keeping my angel.
Right, thank you, thank you. Okay. Okay, well, I assume everyone has done the feedback. Thank you so much. That leads to the next agenda, which is the day speak. I think this is the best I can get. The best I can get. Let me show you my screen. Talking about application. If we don't have much capital, yeah, we need to be creative to find the right applications. Yeah. There are hundreds out there. Yeah. So instead of finding, sometimes maybe when you look for application, instead of finding the right application, maybe you can modify the application based on your needs. Right? Those are the today's specs. I think that's it. Today's speak. Now I'm not leaving anything behind, right? Oh yeah. All right. Well, the last agenda, which is the photo session, will be taken by Mas Adit. So everyone, please turn on your camera. Show your cute smile. Show your cute smile. Mas Adit, can you please guide the participants?
Okay, everyone, it's time to take the picture. So please turn on your camera. Miss Astrini, Miss Herdianti, Mr. Bangkit, please turn on your camera, please, so we can see your handsome and beautiful faces. Okay, ready? Okay, we have 2 pages here. Start from first page. 3, 2, 1. Okay, wait. And the second page. 3, 2, 1. Okay, done. Thank you.
Thank you, Mas Adit. Thank you so much, guys. That it's been lovely. Yeah, thank you, Mas Daniel.
You're welcome.
So much. Really awesome. Yeah, really awesome. And then thank you all the participants you have actively participated in today's meeting. So, well, I hope you had fun. I hope you have fun because I did. Right, this is the end, sadly. So take care and tell your friends about this cool event, by the way. See you next time. Stay safe. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you for having me, everybody.
Everybody, I think there is something important that I need to announce before you're leaving. Sorry to hold you back, but yeah, just to inform you that I've got 2 vouchers for two of our participants here.
That is important, guys. Sorry.
Yeah, this is very important. This is the voucher. It's I think going to be interesting. And I've got two names here that I think are eligible and they deserve this voucher. The first is Mas or Mr. Salvianto. I think I've got, there he is smiling. Congratulations.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right. I'll give you the contact name later for the detail of the voucher. All right. And I've got also another not really winner, but someone who also really deserves this voucher. It's Miss Septian Emma. Are you still there?
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
Great. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Hope you can use it well. Thank you. And that's it. Okay, that's it, everyone. Thank you very much for joining us. And I think you may leave this Zoom room and see you next week. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, everybody. Stay healthy, everyone. Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Daniel.
Cilacs. Sama-sama.
everyone.
Thank you. You're
Thank
welcome.
you. Bye-bye.
Take care.